men, I always, just to share a little bit about the ministry that we do before I get going. I'm a brain tumor survivor of 42 years. I had one when I was 10 months old. And when I first survived my tumor, I didn't really share a lot about it, and didn't talk a lot about it, or didn't really talk with anyone. I mean, I guess I was ashamed, and honestly, until I was about 15 years old, I played a victim of my circumstances. If I tell y'all anything tonight, don't do that. You know, I didn't know God at that time. Didn't know who He was. Didn't know that salvation was available. Didn't know the message or anything. So I kind of just was selfish in my own circumstances. Once I learned about God, learned what was available through knowing Jesus, knew about salvation and eternal life that was available, I started getting into His Word. The Word was first shown to me through my first Major League Baseball game. Called a ball, got a pitcher to sign it. He signed a verse on there. I learned what the verse was, and I started reading the book. Colossians 3:23. And all that you do it wholeheartedly, as though you're working for the Lord and not for men. That inspired me. It inspired me to do better. It told me that I was created by a God who expected better and deserved a lot better. So started going through life with a better attitude, and started giving God a lot more praise and giving Him more of what He deserved, but I was still learning the book. Well, I get to 20 years old, my 20th birthday, and I get a phone call. My birthday is July the 7th. I get a phone call on July the 9th, after my 20th birthday, from my cousin. And he calls me, wish me happy birthday. He didn't call me every year, but this year he called me. He said, I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. Say a prayer for me. Okay? My cousin was a man that kind of like the wrestler you were describing. You know, he was big, strong, healthy, somebody that, you know, you really looked to as being a strong person that nothing could get him. Well, then he goes to the doctor on July the 10th and finds out that he has a brain tumor. So he finds out on July the 10th, and he was really the caretaker for my great-grandmother and for my aunt. And when he came down with his tumor and then he became bedridden, you know, he was unable to do that. So I started, you know, helping take care of them. And I was going through this with them every other day. I would go and see them. I was in college. I was 20 years old, going through college. And I would go and visit them every other day. When it would be in the hospital, I'd go to college in Florence, drive back to Mullins to get my grandmother, drive back to Florence so that she could visit him and be with him. Do my homework, everything right there, and go back. Well, his tumor progressively got worse. They found out that his was malignant, and it ended up pretty much eating him alive. He passed away on April the 12th, 98, Easter morning, when I was 20. And I didn't realize at the time what a profound effect that his diagnosis and him going through that and all had on me. I didn't realize it. I mean, I knew I'd had the same thing, maybe not the same kind, but I didn't realize what an effect it was watching him go through this, watching this strong man be taken and turn into a vegetable pretty much. So after he passed, you know, I still struggled with it for a long time, and I didn't talk to anybody about my struggle, but I really had a hard time with that and didn't give it credit until a few years ago. Finally, in 2014, I got up one morning and I was getting ready for work, and it just hit me. And I said, Lord, I've got to do something about this. I've got to do something with this situation. I wanted to share the message of brain tumor support and awareness. I got more into doing that since about 2009. But I also wanted to share God's message, share what He had for people, to share the hope that I had found when I was 15 years old, to share the boldness and everything that I had found at 15 years old, and to build upon it and inspire others to kind of do the same. I work in healthcare now, and I hear a lot of people every day sit there and go, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. And that's okay for a day. It's not good for a season. You know, it's not good to live in that woe is me type of attitude. God created us for better than that. So I got inspired that day in 2014, and I started talking to my wife about it. And I said, you know, I want to have a way to share the message of brain tumor and cancer awareness. I want to have a way to share the message of Christ and to share the Bible and share the Word. So I came up with the idea for this project right here. And my cousin was an avid golfer, so what I did that first time in 2014, I went and played 100 holes of golf, miniature golf. God, don't put me on a golf course. Nobody's safe in 200 yards in any direction. So I went and played 100 holes of mini golf. For every hole in one I hit, he was 36 when he passed. I donated $36 to purchasing Bibles to donate to Cancer Hospital. That first year that we did it, we got enough money to buy 72 Bibles to donate to the Cancer Hospital. Second year kind of built upon it a little bit, and we had enough to buy 216 Bibles to take to cancer hospitals in Charleston. Well, the third year we did it, we had enough for 738 Bibles to take to Atlanta, to Charleston, and to just reach out. Well, in 3 years, we had given out a little more than 1,000 Bibles. And I said, God, show yourself to me. I've got a selfish goal. I'm a numbers guy. I'm a selfish. I want to give out 10,000 Bibles if it takes 30 years or what. When the last 3 years we've been doing it, we've handed out over 9,000. And we have handed out 10,563 Bibles, I think. I sent some this morning to Florida. And today we have sent out over 10,000 to 46 states and 6 countries. And just, y'all, I got to tell you this experience I had the last couple of days. We started reaching out to men, groups of men, speaking to groups of men. You know, to me, we wanted to reach out to the people with cancer to give them hope, share that message. And then we want to reach out to men, because men are the backbone of the home. They're the backbone of our community. I hear so many people coming into places, you know, or wives talking about, my husband, I take care of the kids, and people praising mothers, praising nurses, praising women, and then I hear people talking about men, and they'll tell, he's laying in the chair, he gets home from work, and gets a drink or whatever, and he sits down, and I have to run the house and take care of the kids and all that, and it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Guys, men deserve a better rap than we get. I honestly believe that. But I honestly believe also that we've got to be those men that are worthy of being bragged on. We've got to stand up and be worthy of being the men and the leaders of the household, so that when the wives come home and they look at us, they know their house has a solid spiritual foundation. They know that their home just has a solid, that the kids always have somebody that they can come to. I've got a 7-year-old old son, and there's nothing that means more to me than coming home and having my son want to run up to me and jump in my arms, hold me, Daddy, hug me, Daddy, talk to me, Daddy. And there's nothing means more to me at night than than getting in bed with him and holding him and watching him go to sleep at night, saying prayers with him. My son, I'm so proud of him right now. I mean, he folds his hands, says his blessing, talks about God all the time. He says, Daddy, there's only one person perfect. There's only one person that I'm going to follow. And he points up right there. Men, step up in your homes. I don't know situations. I don't know who's in a home with a full family or what you got, who's got kids, who doesn't. But I do know that there are a lot of young people that look up to us men, especially young boys and girls, that look up to us men. We have such an important role. Step up to the role and play it. Be that spiritual leader. Be that strong presence, both physically and spiritually, that they are looking for. Father's Day is coming up this weekend, and y'all, it puts me to tears every single year when I sit there and I think about what a blessed man I am to be a daddy. How blessed I am to have my son that I have. I'm so thankful for my wife, who I couldn't be anywhere without her. I'd never be a dad without her. I'd never be so many things without her. I'm very thankful for her and the role she plays. But I am serious, and I told my dad this. I said, if I ever get a chance to be a daddy, I'm going to do it with everything I got. And if it wears me down to the point that I pass from this earth early, so be it. I'm going to give everything I got, just like that verse in Colossians 3:23 told me to. I'm going to give it to being a daddy, being a leader within my home. But we started this mission project right here, and we took our son on a mission trip to South Dakota with us last year. We let him pick where we were going, and we asked our 6-year-old, son, where would you like to go to let's distribute Bibles? Daddy, I want to go to South Dakota. I want to put Bibles out and see Mount Rushmore. How in the world a 6-year-old, does that? But we took him on that trip and, put him in the back of the car. And by the time we got there, he was going, Daddy, I can't believe I picked Mount Rushmore. Remind me next year to pick something closer. Well, we keep letting him, with the COVID and everything that's going on, we've let him pick where we send Bibles to. Being stuck at home, we said, you know what, let's just start sending some out here every week. We can't take them, we're just going to send them. And every week he picks a state, and we send a box. We are sending some to Mississippi this upcoming week. Right here, we found a place that we're gonna send them there. Take the time with your kids, and if at all possible, I know this is hard, especially when we're tired at the end of the day and we're so busy. Do everything in your power to not tell your kids no, to not tell your grandkids no. If they ever ask you, hold me, Daddy, stop what you're doing. Nothing meant more to me than when my dad would stop what he was doing and take the time. Whether we played a video game, whether we played a basketball game, whether he sat and helped me with my homework or whatever, I would follow my dad to his softball games. Nothing meant more to me than my dad coming and doing stuff with me. And it would mean the same to you, all of yours as well. So that's my word of encouragement to you. I want to open up the Bible right here to Psalms. I'm in chapter 23. There are some words in here that speak to dads, but also speak to sons. Whether or not we're all dads, everybody in here is a son. You're a son of God for one, but you're also a son of your parents right here. And there's some good instructions as to what we are to do as sons, there's every instruction you could possibly want in this good book right here. But I found some right here. Psalms, and I'm going to be bouncing around a little bit, but Psalms, right here in 23, verse 13. Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you punish them with the rod, they will not die, but punish them with the rod and save them from death. A lot of these things that are going on in our society and our communities right now, I think a lot of them could have been cut down if young people would have been disciplined a lot sooner. We had families that were able to, put the bill on somebody and without fear of punishment. I got a feeling those kids would have learned a lot earlier and would be able to take that out there and would be a lot smarter about the choices that they're making. Verse 15, my son, if your heart is wise, then my heart will be glad indeed. Verse 19, listen, my son, and be wise. Set your heart on the right path. Do not join those who drink too much wine or gorge themselves on meat, for drunkards and gluttons become poor, and drowsiness clothes them with rags. I don't know what the statistic was, but it says how many decisions we make in a day. Every single decision that we make, we know has a right path, has a wrong path, has a good path, has an easy path and a not so easy path. Be wise. Talk to the Lord. Ask Him for guidance in those decisions. He will give you the guidance you're looking for to make the wise decisions. The verse right here about a drink. People, that's a controversial thing people like to talk about all the time. They're like, well, I have a glass of wine here, and I have, it's not a bad thing. It's becoming drunk. It's giving in to the temptation, becoming so drunk that you don't, you're not in your right mind. Become drunk on the Spirit. Fill yourself with this. Now, instead of pouring in, pour in right here. Pour into this. Verse 22, listen to your father who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old. That goes both ways. Sons, listen to your fathers. Also, fathers, be a man worthy of being listened to. Be a man that a son will want to listen to. 24, the father of a righteous child has great joy, and a man who fathers a wise son rejoices in him. May your father and mother rejoice. May she who gave you birth be joyful. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes delight in my ways. Y'all, I don't know where you are as far as, again, being a father, having your father still living, or, but all of us are sons. I pray in some way you're all getting to celebrate somehow this Sunday. If not, know that I'll be thinking of you, and I'll be celebrating with you. For some, it's not an easy day either. We, before we had our son, my wife had a miscarriage. I always say we had a miscarriage because I didn't go through the physical pain with her, but we hurt because of what we missed out on, but we also have such a great blessing at home. And I read a book this week where they say that, whether that child was a boy or a girl. And I told my wife, I said, I know that our child that is in heaven is a girl. I prayed, for the Lord to give us a daughter that I could love, that I could hold, and that could be a daddy's girl. I have a beautiful boy, and I wouldn't take anything in the world for him. But I know that child in heaven is a girl, and I know she's watching me, and I want to be able to go see her in heaven, and I want her to be proud, of her daddy. Be proud of where you have come from. Be proud of the tradition that is before you, and the tradition that you are setting. You're all here in church on a Thursday night. That speaks volumes right there when you could be so many other places. I'm happy that I get to serve our wonderful God with each and every one of you. And I challenge each and every one of you to step up to what the biblical definition of a great father and a great son, so that we can be the leaders in our homes, that